Come on.
Boom! We're off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, Zach. It's log. It's better than bad, it's good. Elias, what's up, buddy?
I want some log right now. We had leftovers for days. The cranberry sauce or jam, whatever it was, it's very good, very fancy. Too much. I want ocean spray. For me, it's ocean spray or death.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we do it later. Rate, review, subscribe. Whatever platform you're watching this on, make sure you're downloading. Give us a like. Leave a comment. We love all the feedback. Today's episode, we're going with episode 105, Red, White, and Boots.
So we're just making fun of my mom's episode? That's what it's going to be?
We'll
Half
get
an
there.
hour making fun of Grammy?
Love it. Before we do that, Zach, tell me what you drinking.
All right. Since it's been holidays, I haven't had a chance to go shopping. I've got the last one of these Allagash Whites. I'll get something new for us next week. Or what? I can't even get the label. I'm a mess today. I left the house without my computer. Like I got locked out of the building. It was a bus fire today. Just awful. Nothing's working.
You dropped that in the preamble here. Bus fire.
I use it a lot.
Since when did you start saying bus fire?
I use it all the time. A buddy of mine's friend invented it, and when we said, "What are you doing?" He goes, train wreck and like plane crash and things people use. No one survives a bus fire. He says that the flames come out the windows, the kids are screaming, it's bedlam. It's just a disaster. So, bus fire. And it gets a shock every time. It's like, bus fire? How do you think about it? Yeah, it's a bad situation. Bad situation.
What am I drinking? Going to Against the Grain Brewery in Louisville, Kentucky. It is called...
Wipe when you really got to get in there.
Drinking a diaper. It is called Citra Ass Down, which I love because it's got... It's got this farmer that looks like it's got a little ball and chain.
He's definitely stooping that goose.
I thought it was a turkey. I'm trying to be
Whatever
topical
he's got
here.
going on.
All right, Zachy, release the Kraken. L'chaim. It's either frozen or it has one of those little nitrous things on the inside. Have you ever drank a beer that has a little ball?
No. My beers have big balls.
So... Episode 105, Red, White, and Boots. Zach, where do you think we're talking about today on the Hannukah episode?
Hannukah episode? We're going to spin the dreidel and hopefully it all comes up Gimel. Everything's coming up Gimel.
Four people got that joke. But tell me about your Hannukah the other day.
Well, we went to my mom's house, and my mom has this thing that really bothers me. And she doesn't take her shoes off at home. The minute I get home, my shoes come off. Socks too, usually. Lucky I'm wearing pants. But no, the shoes come off immediately. She leaves them on and clumps around the house. It's like a Clydesdale. It bothers me in general. No, that's off my chest. In general, she was wearing...
General?
What?
In general?
You didn't do it quite right, but sure. She was wearing, speaking of How I Met Your Mother, from the Ted Mosby collection, she was wearing red cowboy boots with a white star on them, but red cowboy boots, pulling them off, sort of. And I sent a picture to you and some other How I Met Your Mother fans, and the jokes did the flow.
Was that a How I Met Your Mother reference, or was it Oh My God, My Mother reference?
Why can't it be two things?
I thought you sent me that picture to be like, Jesus Christ, look what my mother's wearing.
Yeah, and it's from the Ted Mosby collection. Both. My mom wears weird stuff, and this happened to be, pop culture referencey, so...
Full disclosure, until your boy Eric said it, I didn't get it.
No, everyone else got it but you. Everyone else said to be pulling them off, or Mosby, or Blue French Horn. I got a lot of that.
I Googled Blue French Horn, just so you know.
I got that from someone else, too.
Okay, so I'm not original.
They didn't have to Google it.
The best was before this, we always do a little thing with your daughter. She comes on. Last week, she comes on the camera and goes, "Sorry I was late," which I don't know if you heard her say that. I was like, yeah, sure. Get out of the camera. But today, I asked her how her Hanukkah's going, and she goes, "Oh, I got this, I got that. What did you get?" I said, "I'm an adult. I don't get anything."
Yeah, and she looked at you like, "Sucks to be you, nerd."
That's basically what she said. And then you dropped a K and the D, and I was like, and she knew what that meant.
I don't think she did, but she just agreed. Yeah, she'll give you a K and the D. Swift kick to the Hanukkah candles.
So this past holiday weekend, which I'm calling my birthday weekend, Happy
birthday.
There it is. I have a hot take. People don't actually give a shit because most people just say
your hot takes or your birthday.
Probably both,
Yeah,
but it's
most
more
likely.
of a happy birthday, and the Facebook thing is the laziest thing ever.
I
Which
gave you one of those just to torture you. And it was a boring one, too. It was a picture. It was like this lowercase happy birthday. It's like,
well, you know what
couldn't care less. Like, I met you
the
once.
the real way of knowing people care about you on your birthday, and I'm calling out anybody, is to ask the next day or the next weekend was, how was your birthday? What did you do? And I purposely have held back telling anything about something.
So is it the amount of time until they look at your phone during their phone during your story to see how much they actually care?
That
Oh,
could
so
be it.
what did you do on your birthday? Oh, so we went out to the place and just yeah,
Did you
they
have a
fuck
good
yeah.
time? How'd you celebrate? Simple as that.
I don't know.
But
I usually don't ask those to anybody over 11. I don't really
well,
give a shit what you did. Enjoy your dinner or like strip club. If you did something outrageously fun and I wasn't there, A, you suck for me not being there, and B, you would tell me anyway.
sit down.
Go on.
So Julia surprised me on my birthday weekend. She didn't tell me what I actually like to be surprised. She took me to Mastro Steakhouse in DC, which was banging. The
Yeah, I've heard
price,
Masters is good. I haven't been though in the city. It's
there's a
expensive.
bunch of, they're all over.
Yeah, I know.
It was good. It was very good,
I'm not going
borderline
to DC
great.
when I can go to 50th Street.
Borderline great. It was very, very, very good. I think it might be Eric's favorite place. But anyways,
That must suck.
it was
He doesn't know.
fantastic. And then afterwards, we went to a comedy show, which is a quick, easy for me. Like I didn't even know who was playing. We got in line. We're standing there. I don't know what's going on. Surprise, Josh and Miss Heather show up. Julia had them come to the comedy show with us, which was fantastic.
You mean the guy who asks for a beer in a cup and
No.
is dominatrix wife?
Two completely different friends.
Okay, even better.
Josh is something completely different. Anyways, we are in line, and these are the people that was with us in Nashville, where we went to Zanies, where Desi Banks performed, and we were 3.5 white people in the crowd. And let's just say this line wasn't looking that much different. So now I'm like,
DC.
it
PG
was.
County.
I'm not going to bury the lead. We get downstairs. It was a opener, nothing special. Feature, he was better. The headliner was Donnell Rawlings, better known as Ashy Larry, which was fantastic. He was good. You know who he is, right?
Ashy Larry, no.
Do you know what Chappelle's show from back in the day?
I did.
I'm rich, bitch!
Oh, okay, yeah, he's good.
He was the headliner there. He got up and did a half hour, maybe 40 minutes, and he starts doing this kind of big wrap up, and he's talking about his son and the worst segue ever, and he goes,
Segue.
without further ado, Dave Chappelle.
Oh!
And I was like, Zach, I was in a club of 105 people. I was 20 feet from Dave Chappelle on Saturday night. It was awesome.
Yeah, he probably went nuts.
He got up there, he's like, so I'm in a little bit of trouble these days. And I mean, he just did, because you heard what happened with him this past week, where he now is trying to donate money to his high school, the Duke Ellington High School of Performing Arts, and they're going to name a theater after him. And he went to go do it, and they basically had a firing squad for him. And he basically said, I'm just going to give him the money. And he kept making fun of the kids, and he was hammered, just getting shit off his chest. But it was fantastic. For people, it was great. I mean,
Wait, did Julia know that he was going to be there or surprised
no,
everybody?
surprised everybody.
Drop it.
Which
That's awesome.
they made us lock up our phones in this little bag.
He's big on that. His
Right.
parties, they make you do that too. I think that's a fantastic idea. Be present. I like that.
Well, we didn't know that it was for him. I did know he did it. And the best was Chappelle gets on stage and he goes, y'all didn't know I was going to be up here? What do you think? He makes you lock up his phone. And he starts ragging on Donnell. He was like, he's locking up his phones for him? It was very good. Absolutely amazing. Great birthday. Good. So for people who didn't ask how my birthday was, there you go. Dave Chappelle.
So for everybody, because nobody asked.
I know I got a couple of people who actually care about me, not like you.
No,
Zach.
I don't ask grown-ups how their birthday was. I assume you didn't do anything fantastic, or if you did something like that, you might as well just volunteer the information. I've got to come to you for Chappelle?
I have a platform. People listen.
Yeah, fair enough.
Zach, Thanksgiving dinner. So you're sitting around your table, did you talk about Fauci's vaccine making Rittenhouse give CRT to the unmasked people, or what happened?
No, none of that came up. We all behaved ourselves and stayed somewhat sober. My cider was more stronger than usual and actually got me and Jenna and another friend of ours there. The guy at the liquor store talked me out of my regular like Jack Daniels into something called, it wasn't Apple Jacks, but it was some dirty apple-y thing. They don't come in real bottles. They come in those like little like alcoholics bottles, like the little glass flask. So I bought 3 of those things and threw them in there, and the whole thing went just blurry after that. It's pretty good, actually.
Not great.
No, well, I don't know, not straight up, but with all of those stuff I put in there, it was gold. It got everyone there.
Gold, Jerry.
It's gold. Yeah, honey. I put brown sugar, cinnamon. I cut up an apple real nice, so it's like a sangria.
I want this next week.
Maybe.
I do.
Jenna wants me to make it too for you, but only you. But you better drink the whole damn thing. You better be for schnicket. Julie is gonna carry you out of there.
Challenge accepted, Zach.
Fine, I'll make it for you.
Zach, our Thanksgiving, the meal went great. Conversation went great. No log, but
no, we don't get it. You know what the problem is? We're better than that, but we're not. But we're supposed to be, and our wives at least think they are. Like a bougie Jew in there. I think she's too good for the log.
I'm staying at my sister's house, and the next day at breakfast, the cabinet opens up. They have logs in there. They had 3 things of ocean spray cranberry, and I said to my sister,
like a private stash for like the weekends.
I said, "Why do you have this? Why do we not have?" She goes,
No.
"Oh, that's what I.
For it.
That's what I know." Put it right into the IV.
Look into my veins. Yeah.
I said, "Allison, why didn't you make this?"
Too viscous.
She said, "Oh, that's what I put on my brisket." I went,
What? Ew, that's Gamora. What is she doing?
Apparently, that's how the secret recipe to the Snyder brisket.
Allison, send me some log brisket. Wait, she didn't know you wanted it, which means she didn't tune in last week.
You'd be lucky she's on right now.
She is on right now.
So I didn't know you wanted it. I did everything for this family.
What was that? She makes that. Always everyone's sister makes that. Every sister in the world makes that noise.
Have you ever talked to her?
No, she doesn't like me.
My sister's voice is like. I mean,
that's how take my calls.
She can say that the nicest thing in the world, like, I think you're a nicest part. I mean, her voice is brutal.
Ooh!
Until she got her
fired.
She was totally normal until she got her tonsils out, and then her voice just went to shit. It's bad. Nobody cares. That's right. It's the truth. So, Zach, we did Thanksgiving the Thursday, went over amazing. And then Saturday, we had a slightly bigger thing, or at least different people, where my sister had a little housewarming party. And that's when shots were fired. Oh, my God. We're sitting there, and everything is as hunky-dory. It is beautiful. Did Booby
make an off-color, on-color comment?
She can't hear anything anyways. But it wasn't long. And I don't think my cousin nor her husband tune into this, and obviously not Samantha or Shelby. I was barely paying attention, and all of a sudden it was like, so your booster, this, that. And I was just like,
I got mine yesterday.
Mazel. And it's going off and off and off. And I'm just like kind of sitting there deflecting and like, wait, what are we talking about right now? And my cousin's husband went on a rant where it happened so fast. It was a Joe Rogan, Fauci, outer space. He went off the deep end, and I just stopped and I went, wait, what? He goes, all these people going up to wherever they're going. I said, like, you don't think that's kind of cool that they're going to space? He goes, they're not going to space.
Oh, boy.
I said, wait, what? Like, they're going up. Okay. Technically, what are they, not leaving the Earth's atmosphere? He goes, they might as well be in a plane. I went, look, man, they're going to space. He goes,
I'd kill to go to space.
But technically, they're not in space, but Zach, they are. And
they're in space. They see
yes, they see stars, they see the Earth, but defined by how high you go. This was the hill that this guy...
How high was he?
I thought he was drunk. Apparently, he was stone cold sober, but he was one of those people who was just looking for a fight about anything at this point.
Inflammatory.
And I said to him, like, dude, look, come on. I'm not going to argue because it was 70,000 feet, not 100,000 feet. And he goes, okay, I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail in Maine. I was like,
cool,
okay,
go. Okay. Call me when you're there.
But it's not in Maine. That's the point. It's like, it was the dumbest thing ever.
I hate people that look for a fight just for the fun of it. A certain family member of mine starts many a conversation with, so what do we think of, and then says something inflammatory. And you know they're just looking for a fucking rumble. And then gets pissy when everyone doesn't take their side.
It was such a weird conversation, which... She doesn't listen. It got so weird, and next thing you know, you know what? I said, let me come to his side. And I said, listen, I love my mask. I have been wearing my mask every time I go to a public bathroom, every time I'm in the subway. And he turns to me, and mind you, this is somebody who works outdoors for a living. He goes, I have never been in a porta potty in the last 20 years. And I said, where do you pee? He goes,
go, man.
He goes in the trees. I was like, this isn't Eric's backyard. What is he doing?
No, you got to class it up. It's not that place. So he just whips out his schwanz wherever he is in the world and just goes. The world is his toilet.
He also then was like, why are you in porta potties ever, and I had to explain that we play softball outside,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing. I didn't need to go.
Like,
It
does
was
he
just
live? Is he like a survivalist? Does he like get on you for living in New York City or New Jersey, wherever you're from? Like,
it was one of those conversations where everything was happening. I'm just sitting there going, like, he was just looking to argue, and I wasn't sure which side he was on. I was trying to bring everything back down to normal, and next thing you know, I was like, okay, let's just go back in the other room, and that was the end of that. But you mentioned something about people asking a question for a response for. Guess what I got this weekend from my mother, and she didn't do the line.
Guess who died?
She called with a, guess who died? I went, you're supposed to do more like, guess who died?
Very exciting.
Apparently
it was, with that one.
It was somebody that she actually cared about. So
Oh.
I said, oh, so you don't do this? If it only has to be like a ridiculous person.
So it's like, guess who died? Steven Sondheim at 112. Like
91, exactly. Yeah. Where she goes, oh, guess who died? And, I got a call from my dad and I didn't pick it up. I feel like these days it's easier to listen to the 3-minute voicemail than to have the 1-minute phone conversation. Oh yeah,
are rough.
I got a stockpile. But so you mentioned a bus fire before. Talk about a foresight. Yeah. I don't know the math on this. A first cousin of my dad. So what's that, like first cousin once removed, second cousin?
Something like that. Yeah, I don't do those maths. My sister has a chart. She's my go-to.
Jumped in front of a train.
A, bus fire has to do with it. And B, why? Did you leave a note?
A female, apparently she had issues. That it's all being kept very hush-hush. But here are the interesting things.
Was there a note? Because if there's no note, it's just ridiculous. Like, how do you not...
This is like 2 days ago. The funeral's today. I'll give you more information when I get it. But, Zach, the first thing I asked was, NJ Transit or Amtrak?
Whew.
That didn't go over well.
That is too soon.
I was like, dude. And then I'm telling this story to some of my friends, and one of my buddies goes, did she survive?
It's a real dark place.
I was telling somebody this, he goes, did she survive? I went, are you fucking serious? He goes,
who survives that? Some people do, I guess.
Horrible. That was one of those things that happened. I was like, oh my God.
Now, I find that a tad selfish because you've now fucked up thousands of people's commute or whatever. Dude, there's just people trying to get to work or trying to get to wherever.
And I'm
it's
bad.
Got hours.
Okay.
What?
All right.
You could jump off a building and it's the same effect, yet people still get to where they're going. A bridge does the same thing. You had to screw up, like, these could be people's holiday plans, going home to see their whoever. I've seen planes change automobiles. Del Griffin. I'm not. It's not ideal, but don't take on. Don't be How do I say this?
I think she had other things going on in her life that made her do that. That she didn't give a shit about. So does the guy
in row 9, seat A. Like, he's got his own stuff happening.
Row 9, that's first class.
Yeah. So rich people need to go someplace too.
Zach, I want to start a new segment on the show just for you. We are going to call this, What Would You Do?
Okay, I'm into that. Speaking of, the Mishpucha is not loving what's happening here. Mea culpa. Sorry. Yeah.
So, episode 105, I think online when I put these out, I do the Roman numeral, and the Roman numeral for 105 is CV, which is in the real world known as your curriculum vitae.
Yes.
Right. So as far as interview questions, I thought this was kind of where I got this from. Zach, what would you do? On our way into DC, we're on the platform at the last stop. The DC Metro makes a complete
so this isn't like resume questions or interview questions like, what's your favorite animal or superpower and why?
If you could be if you could be any flavor lollipop, what would it be and why?
Ooh, do your thing and I'll have an answer when we're done.
On the DC Metro, it makes a U. We're at the last stop on it, waiting to go into the city Saturday night. A guy, young white guy, kind of normal looking, nothing special.
Grape blow pop, and I'll tell you why. Because no one ever goes for the grape, and it's fantastic. By far the best. And
you got 6 of them. Yeah, there'll be 3 of them laying there. Nobody wants it.
Yeah, like me. They're fantastic, but they're a little off.
You're the great blow pop of this podcast.
I'm the great blow pop of a lot of things. Think of me as that. Go on with your DC.
Kid comes up to Julia and I, and he says, which way is the train going? And we're thinking like, dude, it's only going one way. And he is all fatutzt. And he basically said, I said, where did you want to go? And he names a stop. I forget which one, but let's just say it was 7 stops the other way. And I said, you need to get back on the train and go back that way. He missed his stop by 40 minutes.
That's
And
big.
it was strange. And he's like, oh, I fell asleep. I said, yeah, I know that can happen. What I do sometimes, I swear I said this very normal. I said, I'll just set an alarm. Because if I'm on a train and I'm tired, I'll just set an alarm that like a couple minutes before my stop. He goes, well, with all the medication I'm on, I don't even know if that would work. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And we're just standing there and we're kind of minding our own business. And he takes his mask down and he had like a little scar on his face, kind of down the front of which it wasn't that bad, but noticeable. Anyways, we get on the
Like
train.
Omar from The Wire?
Yes, but like a little less.
Okay.
A little less. We get on the train and he is just trying to make friends still with us. He's sitting on the other side and know my rule, right? Headphones in. He's talking to Julia and he's talking to her. I'm thinking like, I'm just playing on my phone. And he stands up. He walks to the back. He's coming up. Totally normal. At no point was I worried about anything. Julia then on her phone types out, did you just see what happened? I said, I don't know what happened. She's typing this. He asked me what the CCW rules are in Maryland, D.C. And I said, I don't know. I said, I looked at her kind of like, what are you talking about? She goes, he had a gun in his waistband of his pants, took it out and put it in his bag. Zach.
So that's concealed carry weapon, CCW?
What would you do?
Get the fuck out of there. I am not a gun guy by any means. Anyone who has a real gun near me, I am changing cars.
Not that many people on any of these cars. There's no security around. You get up. I think that's worse. You get up and walk away because then he's like, oh, where are these monkeys going?
Monkeys?
Yeah, me and Julia.
You two are monkeys. I don't know. How long until you found out he's packing heat until your stop? What's the distance?
Half hour.
Mm-hmm.
But more people are getting on as the train keeps rolling.
It's just target practice. I might get out at the next stop and book it to like a 3 cars down and get the fuck back in.
So what we decided to do was make nice and just be very friendly with this person to the point when we got off, I even looked at him and said, hey, your stop is in 2. Make sure you go off. And he gave me like a, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we did.
What do you like? Tip his cap with his gun like the Cowboys do?
We were on the red line and I don't know. And we actually asked like Josh when we went out that night, like, what would you do? And he goes, just be really nice to the guy. And it was just a very normal, you know how normally in these situations he either shoots everybody or he legit carries a gun and didn't know? It was the second one.
Well, what's he even have one for?
I don't know. With all that medication he was on, I didn't
exactly
ask any questions.
Dude, you don't want someone who's all hopped up on uppers, downers, red ones, green ones, whatever you're doing there.
Ones who make you larger and ones that make you small.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened. Zach.
This is a crazy country. Too many guns.
Pishadu of the week. I got
that guy.
All right, he can go in there. Here are your other candidates. Number 1, or I guess number 2, Will Smith. He's putting out a tell-all book about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The headline being, apparently he had so much sex or whatever back in the day, and his girlfriend cheated on him that for the good part of his life, he used to vomit after orgasm.
That's not so bad.
That's like one of those big, like, oh, I have so much money.
The girl?
You think I read the book, let alone the rest of this article? No, it's just one of those. I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it. I thought it was a little.
You just vomit. I put that in the maybe column. That's pretty nasty, but go on.
I got better ones. I saw this on TikTok, and I thought it was genius, and this guy got shredded in the comments. Zach, eating pizza, are you a folder or a non-folder?
Folder.
Guy on TikTok, he goes, do I really want to eat something that tastes like cardboard on the outside? Or do I, because everybody folds pizza with the cheese on the inside. He goes, turn it around, fold it so the cheese is on the outside. And I went, genius. This sounds incredible.
No, that's a big bowl of wrong because it's drippy and it's nasty. The cardboard holds it all together. It's like a sandwich.
If you say big bowl of anything, I'm going to fire you.
All right. Go on.
I thought this was genius because, look, it's very drippy, which I'm a patter with a napkin sometimes anyway. But if you fold it the other way and it is drippy, at least every bite is going to be cheese on the outside. I thought that was great. People tore this guy to shreds.
You did it. Did it work?
I haven't done it yet. It was on the talk.
The talk? You're the peach dude of the week for saying the talk. I'll say that again. All right, I'll try it and report back.
All right.
Curious.
Field reporter.
I'm not sure it folds properly, though, because of the way you thumb the crust.
It does the same shit.
I don't think it does. I don't think it's going to do what you think it's going to do.
Candidate number 3, this one made me laugh out loud. After the game, now Julia didn't know this happens, that players will exchange jerseys sometimes after
It's a
games.
soccer thing.
It happens in football too.
It's becoming a good thing, but it's
you're supposed to get it from the guy you're playing against, like if it's a linebacker and a running back.
Yeah, your mate, like
yes.
If you're watching the Premier League Sundays at 10, you have to say it like a douchebag, or else it's not the same. Sometimes it doesn't work. The whole point is saying
doing a podcast with a douchebag right now. Yeah,
these things happen. So if you're watching the Premier League, like if you're a midfielder, you'll take it from another midfielder, like you're compadre. Or
I know,
Patriot. Go on.
After the Rams-Packers game on Sunday, OBJ went up to Davante Adams, who's the counterpart, not really, but the wide receiver, and asked to trade jerseys, which apparently they're friendly, maybe not friends. They had talked about it days up to it. And after the game, Davante Adams said, "Why don't you go get it from your boy Cooper Kupp?" Because OBJ was supposed to go to the Packers, but instead chose the Rams. I'm not sure who the piece should do in that situation was, but it made me laugh out loud.
Maybe you laugh at it. Cooper Kupp doesn't come out great in this thing, but go get it from Cooper Kupp. I can't be hassled.
It was more, you didn't want to be my boy then, you're not my boy now. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I don't think it's a piece should do thing at all. I mean,
it's a daddy move.
In that game, the piece should do is Aaron Rodgers, just because he always is.
I thought OBJ was the piece should do in that
He's always an asshole. He always win it any week. For me, honestly, it's still Gun on the Train. What is this? The 1517 from Paris or whatever that movie is? Who the fuck brings a gun on a commuter train?
He didn't know.
That's even scarier.
Next candidate.
Oh, next candidate. More?
Watching Red Zone this past weekend, this would have gone completely unnoticed. The game, I couldn't even tell you which one it was, had Greg Gumbel and Adam Archuleta. Do you remember Archuleta from back in the day?
I do. He's still a thing?
He's a commentator. He does the color for one of the games. Again, I don't even remember. It was a lull in the action, and maybe
color with Greg Gumbel.
Terrible. Anita, that's it.
Oh, this episode. That's what's gonna do it.
There's a lull in the action in the 4:00 games, and maybe there's only a couple more games, and they're sitting there, and out of nowhere, Archuleta goes, I was really happy I found football back in the day, but I always thought I could have been like a DJ or something, because I think the 60-minute lead-in was about a DJ, and Greg Gumbel just goes, okay. He goes, yeah, like they'd call me DJ Arch or something. And Gumbel goes, all right, yeah, good luck with that. I was thinking to myself, Archuleta is maybe the biggest douchebag ever. It was such a perfect, that is a piece to do right there. I
want to give it to Gun on the Train, but I think Archuleta just sold me a DJ.
It was just like, I don't know if I can find it. It was just one of those like,
You'll find it.
Did I just hear that? It was just such a
I love that Gumbel just shut it down quick.
Well, it wasn't shut down as much as like, what do I do with this? Like, okay. And
if I was Gumbel, I would just let him talk. Let him just ruin himself.
Last candidate, Zach, which is making me happier than happy, is the downfall of the Pittsburgh Steelers right now is glorious. And it can't get any worse. But just when you think it does, Chase Claypool, the wide receiver who has hands of jelly, says maybe we should be listening to music at practice to relax us a little bit more. This may have just been me wanting to talk shit about the Steelers, that one.
Yeah. Least favorite Steeler of all time. Oh, we should do least favorite athletes of all time. Countdown. Another episode. I like that. Okay. I still think it's Archuleta. That's just stupid.
It was so weird.
It's dumb. It's weird. Stupid. He's not a DJ. He'd be terrible. Get him DJ your wedding.
Oh,
how much could he cost?
An arm and a leg.
Maybe not. If you tell him it's a way to get into the DJ game, I bet he'd do it.
Zach, trivia this week. I had the chance on Wednesday, opening night. Julie and I went and saw House of Gucci, the new Lady Gaga movie. I don't know if you've heard of it. People are tearing it to shreds. It's
pretty good.
2 hours and 40 minutes, which was a little long.
That's long. I watched Avatar the other night. My daughter, she loved it. That was long.
2 more coming out, so buckle up for that. But for this movie, I knew there was a murder, but I didn't know a lot about it, so I was all in. The actors were great. It was, Pacino was in it, and Lady Gaga. You had Adam Driver. if I was going to gripe about anything, Jared Leto, who is a fantastic actor, total
Yeah.
psychopath, his accent in this movie was like straight Mario, where he was just talking, where he goes, Maurizio, why won't you make it closer for me? High pitch and everything. It was so great. We went out afterwards and we were talking about luxury brand type stuff. So
now do you have to buy her? Is she now living in House of Gucci there? Condo of Gucci, wherever you guys live in?
Father, son, House of Gucci. Absolutely not. Zach, today I'm going to be testing your knowledge on luxury brand trivia.
Says the guy wearing the Under Armour
Under Armour. You. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm wearing
you.
Tap Out.
That's ridiculous. That's you're the piece of doing the week for owning anything by Tap Out.
I have no idea if this is going to be too easy or too hard. That's what she said, but let's get it going.
I am not a luxury brand guy at all. Go on.
Question number 1.
Wearing Gap sweatpants and an Under Armour shirt.
Founded in 1961, this French fashion designer began YSL.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Hey, I think it's Eve, but okay, I'll give you the
Eve.
point. Good for you. Good one. Good job.
Guess who died?
Question the second. Founded in 1905 by Hans Wildorf and Alfred Davis. They wanted the brand...
Al Davis?
Alfred Davis.
Just win, baby.
Not that Barney.
All right.
They wanted the brand name to be easily pronounceable in any language, and they also thought that the name sounded onomatopoeic because it sounded like a watch being wound.
Rolex.
2 for 2. Living it up.
Onomatopoeia. That's something you have to say a lot.
It's all Yiddish is onomatopoeia. It is what it sounds like.
Exactly.
Question number 3. The label's LV monogram appears on most of its products, ranging from luxury trunks and leather goods to ready-wear shoes, watches, jewelry, accessories, sunglasses, and books.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton is correct for the win.
Yeah.
Good. Look, okay. I had a
Louis
feeling.
Vuitton.
I was worried this was going to be a full-blown Thanksgiving turkey day.
Full Allison?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They get harder. Question
So's the log.
number 4. Coco, most famous for her perfume, founded in 1909. This brand that caters to women's taste for elegance in dresses, blouses, suits, trousers, dresses, and jewelry.
Chanel.
Channel, you got it, baby.
Channel.
Keep it going. And for the perfect 5 and 5. Good for you.
The anti-Allison.
A French guy named Christian founded this luxury brand in December of 1946.
Dior.
Yeah, you got it. 5 for 5. December of 46. Was anything else going on right around then?
Yeah, probably. But that guy was in Korea just hanging out.
Like that joke.
That's a great joke. That's a home run. All
right.
I know these brands, but you know who doesn't get them? My wife.
No,
You know but she's hooked on, by the way. And this person has capitalized on the, 30-somethings, 40-somethings market. Tory Burch, we're putting her kids through college. We have so much Tory Burch crap in my closet. And every time, I got it on sale. Bullshit. Even on sale, I can't afford it. Fuck that noise. Costs more than my car, those little ballet slippers that are everything for her. $90. I call BS on that. How much was 90? 90. No, nothing there for her is 90. It's all 190, 290.
Tory
ballet
Burch
slippers.
of Birch Beer fame.
I don't know. Maybe. Is she from Maryland?
Zach, the only interesting thing I wanted to tell you about all of that was when I was looking up luxury brands, they put their market cap up there. You know what I didn't know of all 5 things we just went through? Dior is worth more than all of them put together.
Really?
It was like Dior's market cap was like $60 billion.
I would have thought Louis Vuitton would have been worth the most.
Most of
I
them
would have
were,
thought Louis Vuitton because I see all the bags and
they were barely double digit in billions. Like most of them were like 8, 9 billion, 15. Dior was 60.
I don't see anyone knocking off Dior stuff on Canal Street or on that blanket that they
talk
out.
about that in the movie in House of Gucci.
Really? Canal
Yeah.
Street?
Not specifically, but they kind of get into that.
I almost lost Jenna on Canal Street. Like it was a scene at a Broad City pretty much, but like she and her friend were going to buy fake bags, I think for themselves, for someone else, whatever it was. And like I was just with them and I turned around and they're gone. And like I don't know where they are. Apparently they went into a side room upstairs that's now covered with bags, like a secret door. They could have just been killed or kidnapped.
Yeah. Where they take the pictures of them and everything.
I don't think they did that, but like there's an opium den up there pretty much. That's where I went.
Sounds like a good Sunday.
Yeah, and like 20 minutes later, they're just emerged. It was nuts. I had no clue where they were.
Before we sign off, I want to give your wife a shout out because
What'd she do?
she has been going to Orange Theory. At least I
Yeah.
saw the first post today.
Yeah, Coach Al. That sounds like some creepy guy. Hey, I'm Coach Al. How's it going? That's
I
like
don't-
Coach Steve.
Mr. Coach Steve, make it thick and the warm.
Yeah, that's his teaching Jenna and Orange Theory.
That holiday episode was trash, by the way. I finished the
They're
season
all
just
good.
about.
It's all good.
It's not great. But
Well, the season was great. Are you kidding me? It's great.
for the people in my life that post shit on Facebook, either trying to sell something or promote this, the fact that
Anyone
you're
who does that selling stuff, I hate.
the fact that your wife is literally just posting her results, and maybe they're great, maybe they're not. I just want to give her a big kudos for that because I saw that today, and I think it's amazing that she's doing that. That's what people should be focusing on is their health and positive stuff, not the other bullshit in the world. And because she doesn't want to be FAT positive. That's a Curb reference.
Woo!
Zach,
Yeah.
This Saturday, Indie Pods Unite. We're doing a live convention podcast thing where we're going to be a part of. People can tune in if they want.
I haven't been to a good expo in a while.
Yeah, expose. I think that's what we're doing.
I'll give them an expose.
It'll be fun. I'm not sure how we're going to do it or if we'll even release this, but
I'm thinking this is like Battle of the Bands.
we're going to win, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Who's your daddy?
Mustaches, how can you go wrong?
Thanks for listening to this episode. Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Download, rate, review. We love all the things.
Can they tune in on Saturday for the thing? Let's get some fans.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
Hey, fans, do this thing. Let's go. You owe me one.
Zoltan.
Exactly. Or you don't. But if you do it, I'll owe you one.